And all I remember is waking up on the heated floor of the bathroom at Penny Hill Park with just a little pile of sick just cooking next to me, because obviously I've been sick and the heated floor had just warmed it up nicely. And then we went to the team meeting, and like you, I had the fear. And all I remember is Ashley come and sat next to me. Chris Ashton sat next to me, and he went, you're right after last night? I'm like, yeah. I went, why? He went, oh, I think we just started punching each other. And I was like, apparently, like literally, I have no. This is all. After that, I was like, nah, mate, we're all good. I don't really know what happened. And then literally, apparently, we're at the bar and we just started sort of jabbing each other or something. But it was, it's messy, but hey, that's the whole point of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good when you're on the other side of it, mind.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't there, nosy, to be honest.
You quickly forget about.
I was waiting for it, but no.
You do quickly forget about like what it feels like at that time, and like all you want is just a pint of water. Like, you know, one of your mates come up to you and be like, "Oh, I know you, rough time, pint of water, mate. Sort yourself out, bread roll, whatever." But yeah, it's opposite. When it's your turn, it's like, "Fuck this! This guy was going to do it to me, so I'm going to do it to him back." Here's a pint of vodka. Take that.
Mate, I've had a few nightmares of that. Played Argentina 2013, and after the first test, we managed to persuade Stuart Lancaster to let us go out, and he was like, right, we'll all go out together. We went to this karaoke bar, and bear in mind, nothing starts in Argentina till like midnight at least. But we're in this karaoke bar, we've had a few beers, and Ben Foden's got up, sang Enrique Iglesias' Hero. Like the few girls that were there, absolutely loving it. Do you know what I mean? And then he calls me up to sing, and as I'm going up, Rich Wigglesworth is like, I dare you to call up Lanny when you finish your song. So I get up and I sang whatever song I sang, I can't remember, and I just started going, Lanny, like this for the whole team, right? So like, obviously everyone knows what Stuart Lancaster is like, pretty straight-laced. So when reluctantly he gets up, and the best thing ever is he sang Don McLean, American Pie, right? But I don't think he realised this is the version with the 4-minute instrumental in it. So like halfway through the song, he just stood there for 4 minutes like this, just like not knowing what to do. Yeah, I didn't play for England again after that. So yeah, terrible. But what the drink does to us, eh?
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
Oh, look. Well, Freddie, as a man who is finally just back from Japan and Hawaii, talk to us about the experience of Japan. You know, it seems that you had to put up with some very weird incidents on and off the pitch. So can you talk to us about maybe what were the weirdest things you encountered over there?
Weirdest, well, everything's pretty weird. When they're trying to, when you go to a restaurant and they offer you chicken sashimi, you know you're in a weird place. Same with, they have like horse sashimi and that. There was lots of weird stuff over there, just because it's a culture so different to ours. I think the thing that probably took me most by surprise is just how compliant the boys are. Like, obviously, even in the top league, the boys work for the company and then train, and yet they'll rock up, no complaints. You know what it's like, boys, when you're doing like a Bronco test or a fitness test day, you're like sapping, complaining, trying to like get out of it, make your excuses. Whereas I had no excuse, because the boys that I was doing it with or running it alongside, they've been stood on a factory floor for 6 hours doing it. Yet they just rock up, really diligent, do everything. But then they take it off the field as well. You know, I've been on before and said about the crossing the road story. You know, like they just so strict and compliant, and it just kind of annoyed me a little bit, because it transfers on the pitch where you can't play off the cuff with them as much as it seems like they do. They love structure and they love rules and all that stuff. So it could be frustrating at times, especially when you couldn't speak the language. But the boys I played with down at Shokki were unbelievable, and we had a successful season for our for our sort of league and all that. But yeah, we got pipped by Goody's team last game for us. So 9 games in a season. My body feels fresh, the mind feels fresh. So I'm looking forward to getting back into the Premiership and actually having like a good crack, because I love Japan, but there's no two ways about it. The competitiveness of the Premiership and European rugby as a whole can't be topped.
Was it true now that the players wanted to get stitches?
Oh yeah, so basically the workers, they get paid like per stitch. So like if they get cut open and they need to be stitched up, they get paid for it. So when boys are getting split up, they just don't really care. They're happy. They're like that. They're probably trying to open it more to get more stitches. But no,
So bizarre.
Because you're injured in the workplace, effectively. That's why, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Everything though is company based. Everything's about not bringing the company into, don't cause anything. Because but over there, if boys do something bad, like one of the lads got drunk and he ran away from a taxi, right? And he didn't pay, but they called the company because they knew that he played rugby, and there was generally chat that the company were going to just bin the rugby team. Like that's what they do, because it's not like a business for them, the rugby.
Mate.
But anyway, he turned around and they said, what happened? He goes, I don't know. I woke up and I was running, is what he said. And they believed him.
Mate, how did you last 2 minutes over there if that's the case?
Mate, they believed him. Well, mate, we couldn't go out.
You were lucky. Well, you were kind of lucky with that, wasn't it? Because of COVID, you couldn't be the full Freddie.
Yeah, well, no, I could, because we just then would have 4-hour bus journeys home, and I'd get the sing-alongs on the back of the bus. But there was a few videos, like I'm at the back singing, and the Japanese boys are just having none of it. But I tried to get a few sing-alongs. I got them. What did they learn by the end? I got them to learn Andy Williams. I love you, baby, and if it's that one. So by the end of it,
they love karaoke.
Yeah, but they don't really know any English songs, mate.
But isn't it with the karaoke over there? Isn't it the culture is that you're not meant to do well? Like you're deliberately supposed to be bad so that you don't offend the other people or something? Is that not true?
Yeah, probably. But I'll be honest with you, the karaoke bars over there is like you go into a building and there are 20 karaoke rooms. So you and your mates go into this room and you just order beer and drink and it all comes. And then so it'd just be, once I went in with just 3 other foreigners. So there's 4 of us in there because like nothing else was open. And there's just 4 of us in there eating chicken, singing songs terribly.
Well, look, on that note, we'll wrap it up. It's been a wild episode today. Thank you for coming on, Freddie, and filling in.
It always goes to a shit show when I rock up, doesn't it?
It was a shit show before you started.
It's always a class.
We'll have to get you back on again from the start for a proper episode. I feel like you could fill us in on many, many stories. Okay, silence. Right. Okay, well, I'll wrap up. So
He's crashed.
Oh.
Unless he's really still.
Everyone froze then. I don't know what that
Oh, mate.
Oh, dear. Well, look, that is it from us. Thanks to Freddie Burns, Ryan Wilson, and Jack Nowell. And thanks to you for listening. More offloading next week. Make sure to subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. Leave us a rating and review if you can. And don't forget to check us out on YouTube as well. Thanks, guys.
Nolly, go and do your Zoom meeting, mate.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, I'm listening to it now. Cheers, guys. See you later.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, mate. See you later, everyone.